Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, so royalty, have that petty tea, something to eat, nibble. Let's go because I know I mentioned something in the last episode and I talked about this over 100 episodes ago, but I'm gonna have to talk about it again because it's just really annoying with. And I've talked about this a lot lately because with dating apps and the whole dating nightmare series, if you've been watching and paying attention, you see how much racism and hate I get. And then politically, how much hate I get. And part of the politics is because of race. But so many white men, especially, I mean, white people, but I date white men, or I date men, but a lot of them is like, people like, why don't you date black men? I've tried. They say I'm too white, too proper, and I don't act right, or I'm not submissive enough, and blah blah blah. So I'm just like, you know what? Hey, I'm just looking for a good man. It's like people try to tell me who I have to date, who I'm supposed to date, or if I don't date or marry a black man, that means I don't believe in black power or whatever. When black men don't want me to invest, they say I'm stupid for investing my money or trying to start a business, and all that. They say I'm too much of a nerd or square or whatever. But anyway, it's like I I've been through a lot when it comes to dating, especially interracial dating, and especially after dating Mr. Lakaki, who, oh, the racism, like when his stepmother wanted me or whatever, came up to me and started calling me the N word. He did not have my back. Was like it was neighbors that came out and threatened her. They just like go, I don't like, that's like two over 300 episodes ago when I told that story. But she learned that day to keep her mouth closed. And it was all over. My ex was mad because like he wanted to go out, and that's like I was asking him for a date night for week, like, because if you're gonna blackmail me and tell me if I break up with you, you're going to eliminate yourself from the earth, then at least let me go out to dinner sometimes. At least let me go out and get fresh air. And it's like, and not have to witness, like, or witness the after effects of him back on special candy and all the other stupidity or stupid things he did. And so, but at the same time, in grad school, finishing my grad papers and taking tests or whatever. But this week was the week after he got arrested again. And I told him I was breaking up with him. I told him I was done, but he threatened again that, and I think it was one of his family members ended up finding his phone and calling me, telling me to come over because he was threatening to punch holes in the wall, and his grandmother couldn't stop him, or like, it was just a hot mess that night. And so I was like, fine, what? I was like, so, and that's like when some people ask, why were you with him so long? Situations like, because he kept trying, like, it, it was so toxic and terrible, but at the same time, the house that I lived in was so toxic and terrible, but so many people, I didn't know this, or she didn't say that. She, like, because, yeah, I had one of the worst mother daughter relationships you can imagine. And so didn't feel safe at home, didn't feel safe at his house, which is one reason why, yes, remember, I'm as messy as, like, my channel is as messy as my life, so I'm going in many directions, but you need all of the pieces to understand why I was still there, why I tolerated it, but I hated it at the same time, and I wanted nothing to do with him. And even after I broke up with him, his no good now wife had the nerve to call me out, like call me the N word, because I wanted the money he owed me. Because, yeah, well, go back to those episodes. I talk about him, and I'll talk about him some more too. But this one specific night, it's like he is begging or telling me that he wants to go out or whatever, and I'm like, well, okay, that would be great, but it was like, you say that, like, the night that I'm trying to make sure I'm ready for my test, and it's a very important test. I'm trying, like, I am getting pretty close to like the finishing, like I think the semester was about to be over, so it's one of those like more important tests or whatever, or the more the harder difficult ones or whatever. And he is just like having a fit or whatever. And so it's like he tells his dad, and his dad tells his girlfriend. And so she gets out the car, the van, or because they lived in the van or whatever. She gets out of the van and comes up to me. You know, good N word. You need to just go with him. You think you're so smart. You N word this, you N word that. And she just keeps saying the N word. And mm, she forgot what city she lived in. Hazel Park. But the woman across, like people from across the street, started coming out on the porch and looking. And one of them, ooh, is like, I adore her. I miss her. She put her on blast to the point where it's like she used to kind of mumble it sometimes, the N word, when she was near me. But I knew she was trying to, like, 'cause especially while I was on my laptop working on my schoolwork, it's like she was trying to get me so off, like, so because she didn't want me to finish. It's like I know that for a fact. She didn't want me to finish. She didn't want me to succeed. So if she can just call me that word, get me off my game, make me fail. But that neighbor, oh my God, I was like, I can't even explain it. The way she just blew this woman out the water with call, like the way, like I can't even remember the name she called her. I wish I did. But it's like there's some trailer trash comments in there, which I was kind of like, okay, no, no, not. It's like let's just say, like, let's don't stereotype. Come on now, like that's. I know some people in the trailer parks. They're cool people, but but a lot of the other stuff was valid. It's like that was about the only thing where I'm just like, no, 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 don't go there. But everything else she was saying, I was applaud. I was like, yep, keep doing it. Yep, say it. And it's like after that, like his honorary stepmom, she was too scared to even say it in the house. She would just look at me. It's like, cause she knew, cause that neighbor lady said, if I even hear that you called her that again, I am not scared of the police. And because she was like, honey, don't you do a thing. You don't need, like, don't touch her. Don't do, like, he was like, I got you. Just come over to my house and tell me, and I'll take care of it. And the thing is, it's like with Mr. Lakaki, it's like there was racism all around him. And I still don't know why he was so determined to date a black woman. Because even with Mr. No Heart, I don't know why both of these men were so determined to date a black woman. I think with Mr. No Heart, he just loved my large chest, and that since I am a smart woman, I figure out how to get out of sticky situations when it comes to, like, especially financial, or like, just there were so many situations a stupid idiot got in that I kept having to be the savior. It's like he was determined to never help me. He always wanted me to be struggling, but always wanted me to get him out of the struggle. But with Mr. Lakaki, he was surrounded by racists, because even his grandmother, Muhammad Ali, was a terrible, awful person. He was despicable. I was like, do you know why he refused to fight in the war? It doesn't matter. He's despicable. He'd be like, but so then I remember, it's like it wasn't anywhere near for the orange guy to be in office, but I mentioned three or four rich white colonizers, white men that ditched it. And I'm like, okay, so it's okay for these men. Well, look what they were able to do with themselves. They're rich and they made businesses and they've helped that, like, thousands of people. Like, hold up, wait, huh? And oh, she wanted me to be quiet then, because then when I started bringing up the lawsuits and the criminal activity and everything, she wanted me to be quiet then. Sure did. But then I was like, I talk about all of this already, so I would just say catch up, listen to other episodes. But then with Mr. No Heart, this man would brag. Like, because at first, okay, when we first met and everything, I asked the guys I'm dating, who did you vote for? Are you a Democrat or a Republican? If you're a moderate, it still probably won't work because most moderates lean more. They say if they lean more Democratic or Republican, but once you talk to them, they lean more Republican. So I need a Democrat because even last night there was this one idiot that I like. He's a moderate. He doesn't like. He was like, I'm a normal guy. Um, oh, okay. If you, but he was like, I can't find a woman. I've only had one girlfriend in my life. Bro. And it was like at first it felt like he was begging, but then once I brought up politics, then he called me a loser, and I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Just like little boy, shoe fly, don't bother me. But you'll find that one. I'm probably gonna upload that one once it appears in the computer system or whatever. But yeah, this week that one will be up. It might be today, but it will be this week. But with Mr. No Heart, he would brag that he didn't have to learn any African American history, and even like that at the Martin Luther King episode, because I have two, but listen to the second one. I told the story about when he was at his job every Monday or Wednesday, every Monday and Wednesday, I think there was this one woman who she makes her breakfast sandwiches or she makes different things for the men who work at his place or whatever. It's like they can come by and buy stuff and then she'll go to another location or whatever. So she was just like, he was so happy and proud and he thought it was funny to tell me what she said. And what she said was, if we can get a full day off, because, oh yeah, no, this was Tuesday. Because, yeah, she was happy about having Monday off. So this was Tuesday, whatever. But she told him, yeah, it's like we get a whole day off because one man got eliminated. She was like, oh, we need a whole week off. So that means we need to eliminate more of them, meaning black people. Yeah, she went into more detail, but basically she wants more black people eliminated so she can get more days off of work. So, well, hopefully she's happy about Juneteenth, but she's probably not happy about the reasons because she probably want Juneteenth because of more eliminations or whatever. But that's a different story for a different day. But my ex was said this to my face with a smile on his face, kind of laughing. And I'm looking at him like, what did you say back? And he didn't say a daggone thing. But it's like, and this is one reason why it's like, especially now, like some men, they hate when I talk about politics. And some, like, especially, well, another reason I don't really date many black men. Like a lot of black men tell me, "Oh, so you're just gonna follow along with the whole Jim Crow thing, and oh, you're just one of them, and politics doesn't matter. Oh, you're one of those stupid masculine women who like we. That's why I'm a passport bro. That's why I'm gonna go to Mexico and get me one. That's why I'm gonna go to China and get me a real woman because they're not gonna try to think about all that stuff. You're just lagging behind and blah blah blah." And it's just like the Supreme Court is literally right now voting on if we're going to have like a part of our voting rights and freedom. Like, because once they take our right to vote away, that vote determines so many things. The cause and effect of that, because even with libraries and books and things like that and like even with like we have to fight for our freedom of education. How about if they try to create a law that prohibits people of color and black people from getting certain education, which is the reason why historically black colleges and universities were built. But a lot of because yeah, even one of my ex's family members, well, you guys even get those schools. It's like we should have white schools too then. And I had to, like, I remember when I was like, you know why they were built, right? because like a lot of these colonizers, they're so stupid and dumb because they don't know about the history, or they were so determined not to learn about the history, or they know about the history but then they just want to play dumb. They love bigotry so much that they love the swimming in the ignorance of the racism. I It's like, I don't know, but it's just crazy with how many statements that white people have told me, and then I tell them a part of the history, and then some of them maybe say, well, that doesn't matter. It's like, this is a brand new day. But I'm like, but history causes other things to happen, and not learning your history causes things to repeat. Because right now there is this one, oh, he's one of the biggest bigots, but and it's like a lot of people who listen and watch CK listen to this so-called pastor as well. But he just said that biblically slavery wasn't a bad thing or something similar to that. And it's like it's once you get outside of the Bible when you might come to that conclusion. And then in another, like, because he's such a big, and this is in my opinion, of course, but who, in another one of his little sermons or whatever, he said he was telling the colonizers, the white people, why they should stay away from black people. But then it's like people keep saying that we took CK out of context, when look at the people who, like, he talked with and promoted and supported. And it's like, look at the people within Turning Point, look at the events Turning Points has, look at the topics they cover, but with ignorance and awful terrible rhetoric. It's like, look at what is going on. But of course they won't, because they don't want to learn about our history. They want to be in ignorance. And then they especially recruit African American MAGA people, because then they can say, we're not racist. See, we got black ones too. But then they turn around and say Democrats are racist, even though 92% of black women voted. Yeah, it's like, and black women, we kept telling the Middle Eastern community, like, come on, guys. Yeah, it's like, we see what's going on, and look at Project 2025. Come on now. And everyone didn't care what we had to say. They were telling us to be quiet. We were making it up or overreacting and everything. But now look at all these protests. Why are we protesting? Who was right? But then, and it's funny because even some MAGA and even some Democrats are like, well, the black women didn't come out. They're not coming out to the protests. Look what happened with Black Lives Matter. It's like the cops couldn't wait to come to the protest once black people are there. And then they ignite, or they start things once black people, like, they try to anger them, they try to get things going once black people are there. But then, so then MAGA turns around, oh, see, they're the violent ones, the awful ones, they're this, they're that. And it's just like, no, well, everything was hunky-dory, everything was good until you got but I'm not saying like burning anything is right and things. It's just, it's like, I was watching too, and even a lot of the newscasters were saying that everything was going well until the popo showed up. So, but it's like, back to the main topic of like the whole interracial dating and the racism and things, because with Mr. No Heart, so many situations, like, especially when his mother first told me how the only reason I got into college is because I'm black. He didn't defend me. He didn't have my back at all. At all. It's like he kept needing to borrow money from me. He kept needing things from me. He kept needing my car when his car got repossessed and broke down. And it's like my gas is worth driving to him, but he was never like his was never worth driving to me. He never met my parents, and yeah, it's like you would already know this if you've been listening. But yeah, I invited him over 20 times. But yet, Mister, and this is another racist thing that a lot of white men do. It's like because they're like, I mean, black men, Middle Eastern, like maybe all men, but it's like white men. It's like this is like their talent. This is their talent because both of these men had the nerve to tell their now girlfriends or wives or mothers or whatever that they never met my parents. When Mr. Lockakey knew the rules, because I told him in order to meet my parents, you have to be clean for 3 to 6. At first, I said 6 months, but it's like I knew he never even made it to 3 months. So I was like, okay, we could just say three because you're never gonna do it. But then he told his wife, who like, oh, she loved calling me the N word and things. It's like that. It's like he told me he never even met your parents. Yeah, because he can never stay clean. And he told all of his friends, bragging to them that he was going to make sure he met my parents in the wintertime so he could wear a large jacket so that he could steal from them. But he was under the influence one night. And so he said it in front of me. I was in the room. His friends was telling him to shut up. His friends were yelling at him to shut up while he was bragging that he was going to steal from my parents. but it's, but then with Mr. No Heart, like he broke my vehicle. Go watch the oil change episode. It's like he broke my car, didn't pay me one penny back, not one. But and the thing is, it started off because 2 times, like I trusted this man. Mm. It was like two different things happened, but each time it was his fault. But it all started because he didn't like a black woman going to get the oil change at an oil change because he told me that I am stuck up and spoiled for going to an oil change place to get my oil changed. He said that I was like, but the thing is, like, he would keep telling, like, and this is the thing that really aggravates me. Like, and this is one reason why I make sure to talk about politics because if I get on a white man's nerves, especially with politics, then I got him. Then I know it's never going to be a match, and I know I can drop him and move on to someone that possibly will be. Okay, because some men will try to fake it just because they want your body, just because they want not you, but parts of you, if you know what I mean. And so some men are going to pretend that they agree with you. They're going to pretend just as long as they can make it to the bedroom. And so I have aggravated so many men, and I love, like, oh, and they think I'm mad, like, oh, I'm never going to talk about to you again. Oh, you're stupid. You're a loser. You're like, I don't care. Little boy, who are you talking about? Like, come on now. It's like you're the one trying to find a woman. And that's the thing. It's like other than not Hinge, Bumble. Other than Bumble, I never swipe first on a guy. I always look at who swiped on me and I choose from there. Because I've mostly given up on men. I've mostly given up on dating because of how awful majority of them are. Because when it comes to investing, white men are mad that I invest and I'm good with my money and I'm careful with my money, and then black men say I'm too white and I'm too proper and black women shouldn't be investing, and that, like, what black they want black women to be dependent on the man, but then at the same time the man doesn't make enough for the woman to be able to live the life that she would want to live. But then men call the woman spoiled or stuck up or whatever, it like in order to, like, they try to make it look like it's the woman's fault when it's the man who wanted her to not work or didn't want her to start her own business or get her degrees or whatever. Because do you know how many black men have told me that it's like they don't want to date me because of my degrees or my education or certifications or the jobs that I have worked and everything like that. Do you know how many black men have said this? Yeah, but then they get mad when I date white men. But at the same time, with white men, because especially Mr. No Heart, when I got the professor job, the adjunct professor job, ooh, this man, oh, he was so upset. Oh, he was so upset. And so he was upset when his oldest daughter told his mom too that I got the job. But the mom, she knew exactly what to say. We all know you only got that because you're black. Yeah, that's the only reason you got that job. Wow. Skip you then. Okay. There's so many things I want to tell her, and I will too. Cause yeah, it's like, cause she kept wanting to be so rude and mean and racist to me, but while I already had to get out of all the messes my her son got me in, but then having to help him in his situations, but then situations he lied to her about. And I'm so petty. Yeah, let's just say I was waiting. I was trying to figure out how can I be petty enough to, but yeah, not only am I going to put some of the stuff in my books, oh, he's going to like, well, yeah, because I'm going to do a whole episode on like, because he thinks that's the only reason I broke up with him. I'm like, you're stupid. You're an idiot. Because when, as a black woman, it's like that's another thing he hated about me, that I wanted to be an author, that I wrote my books, because I wrote the very, very first draft of my novel, or the first novel. And he's like, the oldest daughter read a couple chapters and she was saying how great it was, and a couple other people read it as well. And I asked him, because I kept like throughout the weeks I kept asking, like, oh, are you gonna at least read a couple chapters and stuff, can you check it out? And just like when he threw my poem that I wrote for one of my college classes away, and he still till this day he doesn't know that I know he threw it away. I like it. Go watch that episode, because yeah. Yeah, and so this is one reason why I say, like, a lot of white men, they'll date black women, but they don't want the black woman to become anything. They will push a black woman down as much as possible because they don't want the black woman to surpass them in any ways, because they don't think black women should. And some white men only date black women because they think, oh, okay, it's like black women aren't as smart as us, or they're not as talented. So at least I know that I will be able to surpass her and stay that way. He was sadly disappointed because, like, and because he told me, I will only read your book if you publish it. Yeah, it's taken a while, because with the surgery that he never went to, to see how I was doing after the surgery, which he never came to see, and then all the doctor's appointments in order to be diagnosed, and then I was diagnosed, and the mental hardship, and just it's like I will never forget that day. It was like a nightmare and everything like that, but he was never there for me. But then I broke up with him all of the sudden. Oh, well, it's like, well, we didn't call each other. Boy, don't go back to that episode, because I called him throughout our entire almost 7 year relationship. I was like, and because like he would call me, but only if he wanted my body, my car, my money, or just something from me. He only called me when he needed me. And even when my mom was fighting cancer and I was trying to help her around the house and do stuff, he still like, it's taking you so long. When are you gonna get here? And then the next day when I was like, oh well, the weekend went so fast, and he was like, well, it's because you came too late. It was your fault. And I'm like, my mother has cancer. It's like, and I'm working 3 jobs. And while working 3 jobs, almost every single week, you tell me that you need to borrow $20 to $40 for gas for your car so you can take care of your daughters. But now you're telling me I come by too late. It's like, so you must not want that money then. You must not want me to be able to have my life together then. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman. I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.